Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson with JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. First, I want to thank God that I got through another week. I got a lot of thanking God to do today, y'all. Um, the weather here in Charlotte, I'm not sure, but I'm going to check and see. Alexa, what's the weather here today in Charlotte?
In Charlotte, it's 47 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can look for partly sunny weather, with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 47 degrees.
Okay, it's pretty cool here today, but it feels good, y'all. I feel blessed. Yesterday it was pretty cool. It wasn't real cool, but it was, medium, and I love it. I love it when it's not too cold and it's not too hot. Jacket weather. That's who I am. I love it. I love it. I don't like too many clothes on. During the summer, I suffer, but the heat helps my allergies. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, allergies. Because I noticed something. I called my doctor's office, and I wanted to talk about this because it's very important to those that don't know. And I realize a lot of people do not know this. I take Flonase for my allergies, okay? And I don't take it every day. And I'm going to tell y'all why. One, because it has a steroid in it, okay? Y'all know prednisone. That is in Flonase. Anybody that's had bad allergy or pneumonia know that the first thing they do is give you an antibiotic, and if that doesn't work, if you cannot breathe, they'll give you the steroid, which is prednisone. And mainly in asthma patients, people with bronchitis, that's one of the treatments. Even in albuterol, there is prednisone. Now, prednisone has a lot of side effects, people. It can make you eat, gain weight. Like people say to me, Jackie, you don't gain so much weight. What are you eating? I'm like, I don't eat that much. I eat in spurts. And we're going to talk about the allergy effects of my stomach and the stuff that I eat that makes me sick. And I was just thinking yesterday about, being a child and what I experienced as a child. I was one that always threw up a lot if I ate certain things. I was listening to Cardi B's song, and she says, macaroni in a pot. Right? And that was one thing that if my mom or anybody else made and tried to give me, I would throw it right up, and I'm going to tell y'all what I believe why. Okay. And we just need to be aware of the foods that break down our immune system. We need to be aware of the medications that break down our immune system, even if it is there to help us. Okay. Now back to the Flonase. Flonase works wonders with me. For those that don't know, I get a lot of phlegm in my head, and I mean so much phlegm. They wanted to go up and break my nose and let it drain all out. Okay, and a lot of people have gotten that procedure. I had a friend in Maryland that would get it every 6 months in order for him to breathe properly and be able to stay away from all of the allergies and stuff that he goes through. I wanted to get it, but my doctor had said to me, she said, listen, you only taking antibiotics twice a year, so I feel like you don't need it. And she said, with your age going under anesthesia, it could be on a regular basis. It can be every 6 months. It could be once a year. I don't suggest it. So I took that into consideration. When somebody's telling me something that can keep me alive, I take it into consideration. That's just who I am. Now, some people, you can tell them what's going to keep them alive, and they'll still do the opposite, I'm defiant with certain things, but when it comes to my life, I'm not defiant. Because then I could be dead and won't be able to be defiant. So I look at it like that. So, going back to Flonase. Now, Flonase has a small amount of prednisone in it, okay? And most of the time they tell you to take it two squirts in, each nostril twice a day. Now, it helps. That thing, let me tell you something. When you got a stuffy nose and you take Flonase, granted, you're going to feel like kind of groggy at first, like hazy. Some people can't take it at all. I've talked to people that just can't take it at all. But the day after, you're going to feel 100%, okay? And that's just the facts. When I was working in Maryland, and I was driving trucks for Maryland, for Frito-Lay, delivering the chips and stuff, I would take that thing every morning because I would get on that truck and I have to deal with the cardboard of the boxes, and I'd be in different stores, different environments. So I needed the antihistamine to block, okay? However, it was working fine. But then my mom, she had bad allergies as well. And she was taking the Flonase as well. And her nose started bleeding, okay? And she was just drying it out too much up there, with this Flonase, trying to, try to block the stuff that makes her sick, in her apartment, in the streets of New York, at her job, and she would take it every single day, but it started making her nose bleed. So I kind of pulled back from it when she told me that. She called me up and she said, I'm Jackie. She said, my nose has been bleeding so much. And I'm like, your nose has been bleeding? What's going on with your nose? So she said, I went to the doctor and the doctor told me to lay off the Flonase for a little bit. And I said, okay. And when she told me that, I said, you know what, Jackie, you need to lay off that Flonase as well. Your nose ain't bleeding yet, but you still need to fall back. So I fell back on the Flonase. However, I noticed that I was taking antibiotics even more. Okay, my antibiotic, I was just taking it like 3 times a year. It went up since I stopped the Flonase. So I'm like, wow, wait a minute now. This is crazy. I'm like, if I take the Flonase, I have a chance of my nose bleeding. If I don't take the Flonase, I have to take more antibiotics throughout the year. So I was like confused people. I just couldn't get it. You know what I mean? And I've been studying my body and these allergies, and even with other people for many, many years, because I've had this stuff since I was 14. And it was probably sooner than that, but I just didn't recognize it. And at 14, by the time you get 14, you know how to work your body, and you know what works for you, what feels right for you. You know what I mean? When you're a baby, you take what your parents give you, and you have no way of telling them, well, this medication don't make me feel good. When I was young, they would always give me Dimetap, the green stuff. I mean, the purple stuff. Okay, I was taking Dimetap on a regular basis. When I look at the stuff that's in Dimetap, I see pretty much it's the same thing that would help me with my allergies. So I was suffering with allergies back then, but wasn't diagnosed. They just thought I had a cold, gave me some Dimetap, dried my nasal, and the Dimetap will knock you to the floor. You be high as a kite taking that Dimetap. However, these are things my people would give me, my family members. And like I said, when you're a child, you just do what they say do because you just want to feel better, so you trust them and you say, all right, they're going to make me better. And it did make me better. However, when I became 14, I started learning my own stuff and learning my own body. So I started saying, okay, this will work for me. This makes me sleepy. This does that. I'm going to take this, because you go to the medicine cabinet and, by the time you're 14, you know what's going to help you feel better. And if it doesn't, then that's when you need to go to the doctor. That's when you tell your parents or your guardians. Getting back to prednisone, okay? A lot of people don't know that prednisone breaks down the immune system so it can attack whatever in your body is harming you, not supposed to be there. Okay, that's what prednisone does. Okay, it helps if you can't breathe. It kills off those cells that's blocking your pathway, open you right up. A couple of other pills that has prednisone in it. Vitamin D, the vitamin D pills that they give you. The 5,000 IB, I know 25,000, I think it is. I can't remember the number, y'all, but that also has a small amount of prednisone in it. Okay, and these are the things that we don't know unless we study the medications that the doctors give us. And I think I brought this up once before. How do we really know what's in these pills? They may work, but how do we know what else is in there in order for it to work the way that they need it to work? Okay. Now, this is where God comes in at. Okay. The doctors kept giving me, they said, your bones are breaking down. I was 38 years old, right after I had Egypt, and they told me my bones were breaking down. And if I didn't get my vitamin D right, I would be a subject of lupus or, bad arthritis and so forth and so on. I was not claiming that. So I told myself, you got to get it together. Now, mind you, I can't drink milk. I can't eat ice cream. Where most vitamin D is, okay? So I said to myself, and vitamin D, people, it plays a big part in our lives. I hear them talking more and more about it on the radio these days because it plays a big part with our immune system as well. A lot of people don't realize if we don't have that vitamin D, it's going to break down our bodies really bad, and people don't want to realize it, women like myself, we bear children, and we take these vitamins that the doctors give us, and it's just not enough when you have two beings that you're living for. You know what I mean? It's just not enough. And this is why our bodies break down, and our bones, our teeth, we just break down. So with that being said, we need to get the vitamin D. So I kept saying to myself, well, why can't I get vitamin D from somewhere else, other than this food? So that's when the pill came about. Okay, you can get it from the pill. Okay, but the pill always gave me that feeling that I had when I would take prednisone. So I said, something's not right, and I'm feeling jittery right after I take this pill. For like 24 hours, I just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? And I said, this is something wrong with this pill. I could tell because like I said, I've been studying my body since I was 14. So now I started doing my research, and I said, oh, okay, this is why. Once I read that it had a small amount of prednisone in it, I said, okay, now I understand. Okay, once you read something and you already know something, you understand why you've had that feeling. It's not going to kill you, but it doesn't give you the feeling that you want, and that it breaks down your immune system. So it's breaking down my immune system. I'm taking this pill once a week, okay? And I'm going out here in the world dealing with people every single day, okay? I can't take that, because for one, I get sick. My illness can turn into pneumonia at any given time, okay? So I told myself, I said, you got to find another way. So that's when, I stayed in the sun. I stayed in the sun, and a lot of people kept saying, Jackie, why are you so black? That's not your complexion. And I'm like, look, I stay in the sun. You know what I mean? I got to get my vitamin D. I talk about vitamin D and Mother Nature. My song called Mother Nature. Y'all can get that on all platforms. So y'all can hear about some of the things that I experience and I give to y'all. Yeah, so I go in the sun a lot, people, because God has taught me that everything that they're giving you, I've put here on the earth for you, and if you would just obey, you would be okay, And even though God was my last resort, because that's what I'm taught, we're taught when we come up, go to the doctor when you're sick. Do this when you're sick. This is what we taught. So it's not like, even though we believe in God, we don't take it to the extreme of following his every way. And this is why we suffer through some things, So now I want to talk about what I do. Okay, now I want to thank God so much right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say a prayer real quick. Jehovah God, I thank you. It's almost 1 year, my 1 year anniversary from not taking the antibiotics. And I thank you for all the things that you put on the earth to help me get through this. I thank you in your son Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Okay, I have to thank Jehovah God one time right now, throughout this podcast. I've been thanking him, but I needed to do it one time throughout the podcast so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. Last year, November, right before the COVID took off here in Charlotte, I had to go to the doctor and get some antibiotics because I had a sinus infection. Okay, next month, November, will make 1 year anniversary of me not being on any antibiotics for over, I would say maybe 16, 17 years. I've been taking antibiotics nonstop. Okay, at least once a year. Okay, next month will make 1 year I have not done it. Okay. Now, what I did when I found out about this COVID, and the antibiotic that I take also breaks down your immune system in order for it to attack, do its thing, for it to attack what it means to attack, to kill it off. I told myself, okay, I can't take no antibiotics right now. The COVID is out here. I'm working every day. Excuse me, because I worked every day throughout the COVID, except for 2 weeks. I took off a 2-week vacation. So I was thankful, to be able to go out there and work and stay healthy. And the reason being, I thank God. I have no other choice because I did everything that, God had presented to me, whether it be via internet or things that I had already knew about the foods on the earth that can help beat almost anything in your body if you keep your immune system built. And some foods and some medications break down our immune system so bad. This is why they say even healthy people can catch the COVID. And we're saying, well, how when we're building our immune systems, But we don't know that if we take certain medications, certain vitamins, certain foods, it can break down your immune system immediately. Okay? And then you may feel like, okay, I just got a little sniffle, or I'm just feeling like this, or you may be even immune to that feeling because you're not paying attention to your body. So you don't know these foods that's actually breaking down your immune system, or if it's there to actually help your immune system. Okay, and we just out here just eating everything and anything. This is what we do, especially as Americans. We're not as bad as some countries, but I mean, if it's food and it smells good, we want to taste it. We addicted to food. Here in America, we have food. Like I miss Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo has this thing called the Taste of Buffalo, and you come out and all of the restaurants from all over, from Niagara Falls all the way to Buffalo. Restaurants come out, set up. They have the area where some of them may cook a little something there. Some of them may have it already prepared, and they have it set out for the people of Buffalo. And we go out and, do a taste test, with all the restaurants and, get their cards and find out where they're located so we can go and enjoy ourselves eating, New York City people, big on eating, that, we go anywhere to eat in New York. I miss going to 86th Street to get my chicken gyro. Okay, they got regular, I think it's lamb. I'm not sure, but, I'm chicken. I don't eat any other meat than chicken, turkey, and fish. So I will go down to 86th Street and get me a chicken gyro and a sister be feeling good. So these are the things that go on in New York and Buffalo's New York as well. But we're big on food. We like to eat. We want to eat, it makes us feel comfortable to eat. We need to eat in order to live. But, some of us, we eat just to eat, So long story short, a lot of the stuff that's put in foods or prepared with the foods can be harmful to your body. Do we know what every item is? No, we just know that the food tastes good. So you could be having small allergy reactions. Now, let me tell you, when you have an allergy reaction, guess what happens? It starts breaking down your immune system immediately. That's how your body is telling you, hurry up and get something, get me right, because your immune system is breaking down. Now, they tried to connect COVID with the allergies, and I was watching all of this, people. If you have an allergy attack, you have to address it right away because your immune system is actually breaking down as we speak. That's why you have an allergy reactions. The body is telling you there's an unknown substance that's in your body and it does not like it. So now your immune system is trying to fight it off. Okay? And most of the time with allergy reactions, it's very hard for your immune system to fight it off by itself. Granted, your body can fight it off by itself, but it could take days and days. Okay? Meanwhile, your body is susceptible to grab onto any other viruses or bacteria because your body is trying to focus on what is attacking already. Okay, and they had a movie. I forget what movie it was. It was a cartoon where it was in the body and it was showing how the body is broken down and how the cells fight each other and foreign objects in the body. Y'all really need to be serious about this, people, because we don't know how much longer this COVID is going to last. This month here will be 1 year. October makes 1 year that COVID has existed. Okay, we've let this thing ride out for 1 year. Okay, granted, not everybody had it October last year, but it existed October last year. Okay, November, if I'm not mistaken, would be around the time people started dying, but the numbers didn't go up until December and January. Okay, February, it took off like it was an animal running through the city biting people. You understand what I'm saying? So people pay attention. This disease has lasted almost more than 1 year. Okay? And it's going to, and the numbers are going up. So y'all gotta pay attention. And I'm talking to y'all because a lot of y'all do think that you might have allergies and say, oh, I'm going to let this ride out. My eyes a little worried. I'll be okay. My body will fight it off. During this COVID time and allergy seasons, if your body, and we're going to talk about like molds and different things like that in a few seconds. If your body starts breaking down and you go next to somebody with COVID, your body is going to accept it immediately. Because if you're not taking anything for your allergies, your body is going to break down. The first signs of having an allergy attack, take something, okay, immediately. So your immune system won't have to fight as hard and start building your immune system as fast as you possibly can, okay? Now, I want to tell y'all about last week, what I experienced last week. I've been working on, and I'm going to tell y'all some of the things. I might have to make this a two podcasts. I'm going to tell y'all some of the things that I used to keep my immune system built, plus get the phlegm out my head so my body can stop trying to fight off bad bacteria. I'll get to that in a moment. But first, I want to talk about y'all paying attention to your bodies. Pay attention to the different feelings. Just like when you drink coffee, it gives you a pep-me-up. All of a sudden, here you are, you ready to go. You know what I mean? How long did it give you that pep you up? How long did it take to give you that pep you up? This is what we have to do when it comes to our bodies. And like I said, everything that we need is right here on the earth, okay? And even some of those things can actually affect our allergies. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I've been out here working, dealing with people on a regular basis. I come in contact with so many people every single day in my life, okay? Mainly on the weekend when I work, okay? I work 7 days a week, but on one particular job, I come in contact with a lot of people, okay? I make it my business to keep hand sanitizer on me, even though it's hand sanitizer all through the building. Okay, I can't depend on walking up to an empty hand sanitizer container because somebody forgot to put a new one there. And it happens. We're human beings. We don't know when things run out. We're not checking stuff regularly. And people are using things up really fast, So I keep my own, okay, and I'm constantly hand sanitizing myself, constantly. Um, if I don't, I know I can catch some things, and it's the same with you. I've been hand sanitizing for the last, let me see, 15 years, people. And I mean on the regular basis, okay? What y'all doing now, I've done 15 years ago, okay? Reason being because I was seeing myself getting sick from being around different people, okay? And I would say it would be an allergy, an allergy issue, and my body started breaking down on me, and I couldn't understand why. So I've been studying this thing for a minute, okay, with these allergies, okay? And it breaking down your body. Now I want to talk about what I use. Okay, now throughout this year, I knew I couldn't take my Flonase that much because I had to go to work every day. It's going to break down my immune system. I knew I didn't want to be on no antibiotics because guess what? I would have to sit it down. Why? Because it's going to break down my immune system. The same antibiotic that can kill COVID can actually work to help kill COVID. Let me reframe that. Also breaks down your immune system. Okay, in order for it to attack, as they call it, its host. Okay, so with that being said, I said, well, Jackie, how you going to get through this? You know what I mean? Okay, now it's time to take it back to what I used to do, because in Buffalo, I really didn't take any antibiotics like that. I did a lot of home remedies. Matter of fact, I have a home remedy book that's right here on my bed that I bought like 20, maybe 30 years ago, y'all. This book is old as I don't know what. And I needed it because I didn't understand what was going on with my body, and I didn't want to keep taking all these medications because there were so many side effects that I had to deal with. It was worse than trying to get better from the actual illness. Okay, so I wanted to come up off of, and I don't know if this book still exists, but I'm going to give y'all the name, and maybe y'all can order it or whatever the case may be. But this book is like 30-something years old, y'all. It's called Curing Illnesses. It's backed over 500 scientific studies, okay? And is, let me see, Alexa, lights on. Alexa, lights on. Thank you. It's written by, it's written by a whole bunch of people. But let me see it. And never did I think that 30 years later, I will be presenting this book to you guys. Never in a million years I would think this. Jesus. I'm trying to see the actual author. I don't know. It's a telephone number on here. However, I don't know if it still exists. I will give it to y'all. Y'all can try and let me know if it still works. The number, it says here, to order a copy of this amazing book, just call us at 1-800-710-34... No, I'm sorry. 1-800-710-3848. Okay? This book has taken me so far in life, and it led me right to God. Because God is the one that has created a lot of this stuff. And it gives you home remedies to do other than taking medication. I bought this book back when I was in Buffalo, I believe. And I was looking and seeing what can I take to help myself, you go to the doctor, they tell you, oh, you got this problem. Oh, you got that problem. Here's some pills. Here's some pills. Here's some pills. And I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I got to find a way. And somehow this book landed in front of me, and I bought it. And I said, okay, it's time to start studying. And this is how I've been getting through. So y'all check it out. If it's still available, I don't know. And I will do some research to see if it's still available. But y'all do need to get this book, because this book is what helped me. okay, survive a lot of illnesses and survive a lot of I'm looking at some of my friends, they in my age range, and they have all kind of diseases, all kind of not viruses, all kind of like arthritis real bad, high blood pressure real bad, lupus. They got so many things, and they're my age, and I just feel so bad. We try to say that it's a generation thing. And I don't believe that, because my people had high blood pressure, my people had diabetes. And like I tell y'all, I beat that thing. You know what I mean? So if I didn't beat it, I put it on a halt, and it's at a halt until it's just ready to take over. And as of right now, it's not ready to take over. So with that being said, y'all can do the same thing, people. Love yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all think loving yourself is having millions and millions of dollars. No, it's not. Being able to wake up every single day is better than having millions and millions of dollars, because you still have the chance to get those millions and millions of dollars if you're taking care of yourself. So you gotta see life in a different way. Either you want to live as a millionaire or you want to die as a millionaire. Which one you choose? It's your choice. You know what I mean? However, you have to take care of your body. Now, I had back in Buffalo, I used to do the cayenne pepper remedy. Because I kept praying and praying on it. I was like, God, what am I going to do with this COVID? I can't take these antibiotics. I can't take this Flonase too much. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to catch this COVID, And I said, okay. First, I started my cayenne pepper remedy. Started that. And, it's a process for all natural foods and herbs. So I started that, and it's the worst. Your head start pounding, but it's the process you go through, But guess what? I was dried up. The next day, I woke up feeling brand new. I started that. Then I went back to my eucalyptus treatment, okay? And this is what the diamond way. This is what I'm presenting to you guys, because I want y'all to feel like I feel. When I wake up in the morning, I'm 50 years old, and I wake up in the morning, I'm able to run around my house. They say, how is it you always got something to do when you 50 years old? Well, guess what? Because my body's healthy, and I'm able to run around and do this and do that and then go to bed at night, okay? This is why I'm able to do these things, you know what I mean? So, and I want y'all to be the same way. I want y'all to enjoy life with me. I don't want to be around a bunch of 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and they talking about they have dead, and they would stop. Hold on, let me take all my pills. I don't want that. Oh, Jesus, my body is hurting me. I can't manage today. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you're too young for this. But I have to realize that's the life of the average 50-year-old. I'm the one that's not in the life of the average 50-year-old. I had to realize that, and it's because of the foods that I eat, the things that I use from the earth, in order for me to feel like I'm 30 and continue to look like I'm 30. Okay? I'm the one that's different here, not them, but I want them to join me, and it's a great join, you know what I mean? It's not like you are joining death, you're joining life, so it's a great join, So I laugh at some of them when they look at me like, well, how is it you can stand there and do this and do that, and you're not tired, or you this and that, da, da, da. And I'm just looking at them like, you're just not taking care of yourself. You're not taking care of your mind. You're not taking care of your body. You're not taking care of your soul. And this is why you feel like you're so old. Stop bringing it on being old, because being old is all in your mind. Okay? So getting back to the allergies and stuff, I started out with the cayenne pepper, like I was telling y'all, with my allergies, because I had to find a way, y'all. I started out with that. Then I went, like I said, to my eucalyptus treatment that I'm getting ready to give y'all guys. The baths. I was doing them daily, and it was helping me out so much, y'all don't know. It got to the point where I couldn't breathe if I didn't take the bath. But the thing is, I didn't realize that I was allowing myself to be in need of it. Okay. And I wasn't doing anything else. Meaning still detoxing the body. Even though I was detoxing every day before that, so I don't know why I stopped. I just felt like this is helping, so forget everything else. But you still have to do everything else. Everything we do has to be in a daily process. It's not well, you can do it today and you can't do it tomorrow. Now, granted, all certain vegetables and certain fruits are not available all year round, so we can't do it every single day. Matter of fact, I had some. Finally, they was putting all the mandarins out, oranges and stuff. I don't do oranges at all, but I eat mandarins and I eat tangerines. However, during the COVID, a lot of people was buying them, so they were hard to get. Then we were getting some that wasn't even, they was so old that you could squeeze them. I don't like those, So I stopped buying them until Mandarin season came around. Guess what? We're in Mandarin season. Yay. So we can start building our immune system once again, okay, with the mandarins. And they taste good. You can get the kids the mandarin here, go to school or whatever they're doing. Here, eat that. That's what you're having for snack. Eat that mandarin to build that pH in our bodies and block those negative viruses from trying to come in. Now, granted, a lot of us might have contracted the virus, but if your your immune system is up there, it will beat it immediately, and you will get it out your body ASAP. Now, I know when I've personally have contracted something. I don't know if it's been COVID or anything that's out there that's not right. Once I take my allergy pill, and I'll tell y'all what allergy pill that is in the next podcast. But once I take my allergy pill and I start feeling better, automatically my body within the next 20 minutes wants to urinate. Okay? Automatically. And I know why. Because it's getting those toxins out. It's saying it has to go now. So the medication not only blocks the histamine or blocks whatever it does when you take it, but it actually helps detoxify the body as well. Okay? And as soon as I urinate, I'm instant better. Instant. Okay? And I said, wait, I gotta watch this thing. Why? And now I feel like I'm ready to go another 20 hours if I could, because now I'm feeling better, What did my body contract? I don't know, but my body got rid of it in a matter of an hour. Okay? And that's just from the allergy pill. Okay? And I don't know if it plays a big part because of the foods that I eat as well. So this is why I'm telling y'all these things. I'm just telling y'all what I experienced so y'all can try it and so we can get rid of this COVID. We really need to get rid of it because it's getting rough. And people are starting not to respect. I go out and I still see people without masks. And then you got these fools out here talk about, well, God got me. But God ain't say be no fool. Okay, and I'm going to just be honest with y'all. If he wouldn't put medications in his food when he grew it for us if he thought that everything we catch didn't need medication. Okay? Now, y'all got to look at God's theory here now, people. I mean, stop being so stupid, okay? And I just got to tell y'all the way that I feel about it. God's foods that's grown from the earth all have benefits to cure our bodies, okay? If God thought when he was creating earth that we would need these things, why would you sit back and say, well, I'm good because God got me covered? Yeah, he had you covered with them vegetables and them fruits and all these herbs that he put out here. That's how he got you covered. But he didn't say you ain't going to catch it. Okay? So now man has implemented, put on a mask. So you won't catch it. But if you do, we got some medications for you. But we'll prefer you to prevent it. So y'all need to go God's way right now and build those immune systems. We telling y'all, use God's stuff, his fruit, all his stuff, so you can build your immune system and stay away from the people that may have it. They telling you this. But you still saying, I'm covered by God. People, God didn't say be a fool. Okay? He didn't say be a fool. He said, eat my stuff. And you will be okay. Okay? The government is seconding that. Okay? At this point in God we trust once again. Okay? But people don't get it, you know. It used to be in the courtrooms, it's on the money, you know, it's always in God we trust. Well, right now, in God we trust. Okay, once again. But we trust the things that he put here for us to heal. Not because he's just going to come down and heal you from whatever you think he's going to heal you from. Okay, this is for these people that's just gone. I call them, they just too much for them. You know, they don't even see what God really intended. You know what I mean? So we ain't gonna talk about religion too much, but you know I talk about God every day. I have to because he's keeping me alive, y'all. Mandarins, I was gonna tell you about mandarins. Mandarins puts my body in overdrive. Okay, when I say put my body in overdrive. And I'm gonna tell you the side effects that I get from it now. This is crazy. This is one of God's things, but I still get side effects from it. Now, I haven't had mandarins in a good while because, you know, like I said, they wasn't fresh enough for me to put in my body. So I wouldn't eat them. I was eating other things that can help manage my pH and keep my immune system built, like the pineapples. You know, I went that route until the mandarins came back around. Well, they back around. And I had me a few yesterday. And I forgot that I had to take a decongestant when I eat mandarins because mandarins automatically put phlegm in my body. Why? I don't know. We're going to have to do some studies on that, people. I don't understand why mandarins build all this phlegm. And then it makes me urinate. Just like that pill. Okay? But it builds up in my body so much to where I can't breathe. Okay, especially if I'm laying down. So it's best for me when I eat mandarins, I need to be up in the daytime, take a decongestant so it won't overpower my body. And that's what it does to me at night. It overpowers my body. And then I wake up, I can't breathe. Then I'm coughing. Once I sit up, and get all of that phlegm out my body, use the bathroom, then I start feeling 100%. But sometimes it's really hard because it's just so much phlegm in my body. This is why I tell people about orange juice. People think that orange juice is actually good for you. And orange juice does me even worse. It gets to the point where I'm throwing up phlegm, okay? Which can be a good thing because if you have bacteria in your body, it's actually getting it out by you throwing up or by your, it draining or whatever the case may be. But there goes that side effect, okay? So even with God's medicine, there can be some side effects that we have to watch out for. And like I said, I went to bed and I forgot after eating the mandarins and trying to get my immune system built. Here I wake up sick. But now I'm all better again. Right? And and people think it's amazing because they say, "Wow, but she's sick. She's coughing so bad. She need to look like she need to go to the hospital." But I'm all better. Okay, side effects. Allergies, okay, how can I say it? Allergies to certain things bring side effects, okay? Did I say that right, y'all? I believe I did. Yes, I think I did. I'm going to see y'all on podcast 2 about allergies.